Hey guys, what's going on? 5869 with what I'm pretty sure is episode 5 of my replay analysis, in which we'll be going over a 1.7k Razor Kiyomi. Sent this in, and it is 1.7k, so it's going to be pretty hard to kind of go over a replay. No offense, at an MMR this low, just because there's a lot of general things that you'll probably be making mistakes with, and in general, like I already know I can point out things like before even watching the game that you'll just get better at by playing. Like I know CS, you'll probably just get better at by playing. Farming patterns you'll just get better at. Itemization as well, hopefully you'll just get better at. In which case I already imagine like I know those things will probably be an issue here. And just so everybody knows, it is a dire victory. They do absolutely stomp this game. So unfortunately, well, if she doesn't win, we'll kind of have to see how it goes. Maybe what she could have done to help out. Usually at MMR like this, it's like the whole team making mistakes. It's not just one person, but we'll try to go over. So she's going to get kind of a nice block there. The range creep going first, not doing too bad. And she's up against the Shadow Fiend. So right away against the Shadow Fiend, especially this early on, just steal his damage. Like, you can be so aggressive right here because you've got 51 damage and you've got 5 armor. And he's only got 2 armor and like 44 damage, and if you steal that, that's it. He can't right click you at all. It's going to do basically 0 damage. You can ensure that he's not going to get any last hits out of the lane here. And you've got a fantastic position uphill as well. So you should really just run in and instantly steal that damage, because once he hits about level 4 or 5, it's going to be a lot harder in this lane because of exactly that, because of raises, which are going to make it a lot more difficult for you to really close the gap and deal the damage that you need to do. So not going to be looking too bad here. You've got the ward you should probably just place. There's absolutely nothing wrong with placing a high ground ward on your edge of the steps, because it'll still give you vision around the left side as well as in the mid lane, like if anybody's on the other side of the river, if you're ever on the bottom of the river, stuff like that. So there's no problem. Like right now you would have vision up there, and okay, so you place it on his side, which isn't bad whatsoever. I'm not sure if he saw that, potentially did. So doing a pretty good job last hitting, not doing too bad so far. Looks like you're gonna go with Kilo before boots, which I do see very often, and I think in the mid lane, especially against the Shadow Fiend, I actually just went over a game where the Aquila before boots isn't going to be that great. Like, sure, you're probably going to be using static link maybe a little bit, and you'd like to have the mana regen, but I think you could honestly just go Basilius, and then from there grab your phase boots. Phase boots are incredibly strong early game, and the move speed just in the mid lane matchup is very important for trading last hits, trading CS, things like that. I think people really underestimate how important move speed is, and boots really help you inch out whatever you can in your lane, which again in a 1v1 is really important. So there are some lanes where rushing Aquila is okay, like getting it before your boots is alright, depending on the hero and the matchup and whatever. I think against the Shadow Fiend, like, it's not going to do that much, especially like if you want to push out the lane and you're going to leave it on, which you don't leave it on, but even if you wanted to push out the lane, like, it's a Shadow Fiend, so he's going to go through it no matter what. So you are going through it, not doing too bad here. Getting some more CS, doing a pretty good job. Speeding it up a little bit. Looks like you do get ganked, but you're probably going to turn it around. Literally just need to hit him once more, maybe twice. Not going to do it. The raises are a little bit scary there, so unfortunately not going to get a kill there. But you do survive the gank, which is pretty huge. You've got your boots now. And as Razor, like, don't be afraid to stack the camps, like, whatsoever. So if you ever find yourself sitting in the lane, it's really easy to stack the camps, and you can do it really easily as well. Razor's ultimate is a really good ultimate with a pretty low cooldown that you can use to clear out any neutral camps. You're against a Shadow Fiend, so like the lane's probably going to be up against your tower pretty much all the time, no matter what. He's got his treads now, 600 gold. Scared by the illusion a little bit, not doing too bad. Going to eat a couple raises. And only 1 point into static link, not the worst. You're going to ferry out a salve. In this case, I'm okay with it, just so you can stay with your tower, try to prevent any damage, and if you can get some CS, which you do, you got 3 CS there, so it already made up for it. Shadow Fiend's missing, so you should get a lot of free reign out of this lane. Pressure the tower as much as you can. Go back. Maybe do the camp. Yeah, there you go. So doing a nice little bit of farming here. I thought it said 1.7k. Looks a lot better than 1.7k. Actually, looks a lot better than other games I've casted around 2k. So you do grab the treads, not bad. Phase boots or treads this game. I'm not 100% sure. I think phase boots are probably a little bit better, in my opinion, but treads aren't bad whatsoever either. We'll kind of see how this goes here. Shadow Fiend just up top lane, Broodmother doing Broodmother things. Not doing too bad. You should be trying to pressure this tower as hard as possible since it's like a Necrophos and that's it. And they just kind of swap lanes. You're a little bit scared, but you should see them all top lane with those wards, so you can play really aggressively here. Again, you could have stacked there, but that's not too big of a deal. You're going to turn back to the camp and go do it here, so grab that. Going to be going for the drums build, so I do like that. Hopefully you fight once you grab the drums. Shadow Fiend returns. Still doing pretty good. Shadow Fiend's back again. Have the finished drums. And at this point, I think if you're going to finish the drums, like I would probably TP home and go to look to pressure a lane. Like you've got level 2 ulti, you're level 11 at 14 minutes in. You've got treads drums, which if you're on strength treads, it should be very hard to kill you. So you got treads drum Aquila, really good early fighting build. But it looks like you're just kind of pushing the lane, which isn't that great. The Shadow Fiend's left to fight. You're going to get the tower, which is good. The Shadow Fiend's like up jungling. Not sure why. He should have been there to defend that. Going to get a regen rune, and there it is. So you're on strength treads. Let's see what the next item's going to be here. I think S and Y is probably your best bet. Just get really tanky. The agility is going to be good for the armor that you're going to need, and just the raw strength is going to be solid as well. For pretty well everything. You're going to get a nice pick here, maybe backing up there. Probably could have kept going. There you go. No need to really be in mid lane again because you already got the tier 1 tower. You should probably rotate. Help out bot lane because you're a really good hero against the Broodmother. She can't really one-on-one you. You're just going to kill her, and she can't really do much about with her spiderlings because you've got a lot of AoE burst damage. So probably should be going bottom. You're a little bit too static in your lane. No pun intended. But you're in your lane a little bit too much. Especially after getting that tier 1, you should rotate around and really try to help out your team. So there you go. You go top. Looks like you almost get that Slardar. You've got drums there. You're going to pop them. You've got a haste here, and looks like you're looking for the Slardar. Probably not going to find him. Okay, or he's still behind his tower. Is going to use his ulti on you. Not going to get the kill, though. You pop your ulti there, so that's pretty huge. And just TP out. I do like that, as you're in a very dangerous position. You've got your Yasha now. So you can grab that actually by the wand, and there's the Yasha as well. So you got the wand, you got the Yasha. You've got fantastic fighting items. You should probably start helping out the bot lane. I can't believe that Broodmother just got that tower with those creeps. So she's really dominating bot, and you're one of the few heroes that can help shut him down. You've got the drums, you've got the Yasha, the wand. He can't really kill you. Unless, you know, like he's got a ton of spiders. But if the Lena's there with you as well, you should really be looking to pressure that. And the thing about a Brood is that she's very, very predictable. She's got all her webs bot lane. So if you're going to kill her bot lane, all you have to do is smoke up, grab a dust, hang out in the trees. She is going to return bot lane. You can kill a Broodmother twice very quickly. And a lot of people don't recognize how good it is. Like when you're against a Brood, like a lot of people get scared. But if you kill the Brood once... it's very easy to kill her twice because she's almost always going to TP back and try to get whatever farm she can. Didn't really notice that Radiance was hitting you even though it was. Bot lane's getting really destroyed here. This Broodmother's like out of control. You guys really need to go shut her down. You do go shut her down. That's what I mean. See, it didn't take much for you to push that Brood away. It's a little bit late now. You start stealing her damage, so that's nice. Going to push out the lane a little bit more. And you should probably stay in this lane a little bit. Wait for somebody. You should probably be asking somebody. The Axe is really good as well. But the Axe or the Lena to help you out there. You guys are kind of losing towers all over, which is unfortunate. Not going to find a kill there. Go bottom again. Unfortunately, this Link is going to be up all game, which is going to be annoying. So not doing too bad here. Still going mid. Trying to find whatever farm you can. The Broodmother's absolutely controlling the jungle here. You guys don't get a kill on her, unfortunately. No true sight. Looks like you're going, yeah, for the S and Y. So I do like the S and Y build for sure. You got a lot of move speed as well to help stay with that Broodmother. But again, she's still just kind of running around, owning the jungle. You're doing a pretty good job of finding farm. And now she's moved top. So this is good. You're already top. You can kind of deny whatever she's trying to get here. You're going to get another kill. So you're just kind of losing to this Broodmother, which is more of a team thing than like a just you thing. Nice little deny on the tower, but you guys should probably just leave this fight right now. Just get out. Don't even try to go for it. Just leave him. He's probably going to die. Thankfully, you don't die there as well, or the Lina. And actually, nobody dies there, so he's going to get Reaper Sight. He actually goes top lane and dies. You got the SNY finish. You haven't placed the wards. Looks like you're looking to place the ward on the cliff. Won't be able to reach it from there, though. Just going to run by the creeps. There it is. So you're going to get a nice defensive ward there, as well as giving you some vision if they're going to fight. So we'll keep an eye on it. Looks like you're going to get the Necrophos. That's pretty huge. As we keep going mid lane. Mid lane ward there. Not that useful. I think, especially since the Broodmother's so deep right now, I think a ward either here or somewhere here is probably your best bet. There's like a million heroes standing here right now. So this is really scary. The Axe is going to find them. Probably lose the gem. As it looks like he's going to get used up. Just barely getting out. I can't believe that just happened. So not doing too bad so far. I'm trying to steal whatever strength you can. Gonna get a nice little fight there. Unfortunately, Broodmother doing Broodmother things. People got to keep track of that. Not really too much you can do against that, other than, you know, staying aware of what's going on. Gonna go bot lane. Actually managing to get like a ton of kills right now. Still surviving as well, thanks to that Culling Blade move speed there. So you're gonna survive. You got 3.8k. You're gonna buy the BKB. Which is the biggest thing I don't agree with this game. So as a Razor, positioning is very important. Holding on to the static link, but also kind of staying on the outside of the fights. Unless you've got like a Scotty or something that you're like super tanky. But the BKB's not going to do much. The bashes are going to go through it anyways. The Wyvern ult, the Necrophos ult, the negative damage from the Shadow Fiend, which is the biggest thing, is going to go through it. It's just not very useful in this game. I would probably opt for a Shiva's, in my opinion. I think is a pretty solid item here, but itemization is really hard, especially against like these heroes. But I think a Shiva's is fantastic. It'll bolster that armor against a lot of negative armor that they've got. It'll give you another nuke to help deal with the Broodmother, as well as slowing the Shadow Fiend and the Slardar, which is going to be really important. So I think the Shiva's Guard is a really solid pickup here. You dusted that Brood, but you just kind of let her get away. You probably could have pressured her a lot. That's like the one hero that BKB is useful against. You're going to get ulted there. No BKB. There's the BKB finally, but it didn't really do much. Like, you still just got kited anyways. You're going to go down there. Let's try to rewind that and take a look at that a little bit closer. So you BKB. You're trying to do whatever damage you can. Your physical damage is going to do nothing against him. He's going to die thanks to the silencer popping him there. And now you guys just should have gotten out. Like, you should have backed out way earlier. You don't know where the Necrophos is, although you should have seen... we'll go up a little bit. There it is. Right away, you know he's here. You know he's here because he's got the Radiance debuff on you, which means he's got to be close by. So you can keep an eye out for that. It's going to show up here. Even if you can't see him, you'll see his Radiance debuff. So you know he's there. You shouldn't have stayed anyways. Like, even if he was just a little bit above the creep wave, he probably would have killed you anyways. So gonna get an easy kill onto you. You should have backed because you got what you wanted. You didn't need to kill that creep wave. It wasn't really going to benefit you that much. You clicked on the Shadow Fiend, keeping an eye on his items. That's pretty solid. Keeping an eye on his items as well. He's got an Agnum Scepter. Ridiculously strong. Just delete you from the game. Broodmother's still pushing. Doing a pretty good job down here. The Axe, not going to be able to do too much. Going to go down. You're going to TP in. There's the BKB. Not too bad. Not too bad. Still going to lose all that damage. Lina somehow manages to get an Ultra Kill because she's a solid hero. Going to be moving mid. You've got 1,500 gold. Probably not sure what you want to buy. You should save for buyback, even though they have a Necrophos. Gonna TP out, go mid lane, push that out. So doing a pretty good job of splitting yourself up and pushing. That was a little bit much. Even if you are really frustrated, that's really not the way you want to go about it. So she's gonna get, oh no, she is gonna die. So I guess the sentries do help you get the kill there, but like a Dust probably would have done the same. Necrophos has the Octarine Core. He is invis. You've got the sentry, so if this nets another kill, that's pretty solid, but it's not. Now you just got sentries everywhere, which is kind of funny. Gonna go back home. Not worth it whatsoever. I get what you're trying to do, the 5 armor, but I think the drums are way more worth it. Like 5 armor is pretty good, but I think the strength from the drums, like all the attributes from the drums are really good. And the move speed, the bonus attack speed, I guess you're going to pick them up right now. Or at least you should. You don't notice that, so that's a bit unfortunate. You could have the drums in your stash if you take a fight without them, which it looks like you are. That's going to be pretty huge. Bot lane, Broodmother, just doing Broodmother things. So, let's see here. So this fight is kind of going to be a little bit iffy. Like, you just kind of go in there. Your team's very far, so this was very, very aggressive. Like, your Axe is all the way over here. His Blink's on cooldown. Your Ricky's trying to TP in. Your Lena's just running. She's got a lot of farm, actually. Your Silencer's running in. His mech is way back there. And you're already going to take quite a bit of damage. Your BKB's done, and that's it. That's it. Like, you guys cannot fight whatsoever. You take the pure damage, I think, right there, and that's pretty much it. Your drums wouldn't have helped you there, but you should have had them anyways. And that's pretty much it. He's going to get ulted up. The fight should be over at this point. There's the BKB on the Shadow Fiend. You have no way of dealing with that unless you're there stealing his damage. And there's not much to say about it. Like, the biggest thing this game was your team not really keeping an eye on the Broodmother, which as like a player, even if like you think your team's playing poorly, like, you just have to be the one to step up and do it. You just got to say, guys, we got to deal with this Broodmother. Like, somebody's got to keep TPs on them. You should have a TP on you since you're a fantastic hero at dealing with it. Like, if you have a Shivas instead of that BKB and those drums, you'll be able to deal with this Broodmother so easily. Like, so easily. You'll just be able to use the active from the Shivas. You'll be able to use the Plasma Field and just push out the creep wave, like, ridiculously quickly. You go in really aggressively there, waste your BKB, and right when that happens, you should have just backed out. I know you wouldn't expect the pure damage there. That was a little bit unfortunate, but pretty much at that point, like, the team fight's over. Itemization wasn't too bad here, but it looks like this was a pretty quick game, honestly. Your movements weren't that bad. You probably should have fought a little bit earlier to try and prevent this. Like, go down, shut Broodmother down a lot earlier bot lane, and like I said, like, you just go down here, push her away. If you can get the kill, that's huge. If not, you at least slow her down. If you get the kill, you know she's going to go back to that tier 1, which I'm pretty sure was still there, like, at the time. If not, you know she's probably going to go back to the tier 2. Like, she did go top later on, but only because you guys just, like, or she couldn't really break this and she, I don't know, wanted to leave. But she's going to come back to the lane early on, for sure. Within the first, like, 25 minutes, she's always going to come back to the lane. You can easily stand here, smoked up, and then right when it breaks, you can probably just run out this way and dust. Maybe have like a lane ward or something and dust, and most likely, like, if you can get a lane, like an observer and a sentry, if you can kill her twice in a row, that's huge. It's going to stop whatever item she's grabbing. It's going to prevent her from continuously pushing that lane. You successfully just got a ton of pressure off the lane she's in, and she's probably going to be scared it's going to happen again. So she might leave the lane to another lane she's not as set up in. But, I mean, it wasn't too bad. Just a few mistakes here and there. You could have been more aggressive on the Shadow Fiend early lane, or early game. Like, up until he hit level 4 or 5-ish. Just steal his damage. I mean, you have it on for a couple of seconds, and he's hitting for, like, 20 damage. He can't stand against you. You just stand up on his side of the river, and, like, what's he going to do? Absolutely nothing. You've got more armor than him. You've got, like, triple the damage, and he can't do anything. You can probably deny a wave, maybe even 2 if you play it out well. But, wasn't too bad, honestly. You were farming fairly well. Could have probably stacked or moved to the jungle a little bit more. The Shadow Fiend was pressuring mid a lot. But you definitely did the best you could. I think you said you're 1.7. I'm going to look at this right now. Yeah, so you're about 1.7k. Is what you're saying, eh? Yeah, so you're saying you're 1.7k, so you're a lot better for 1.7k than I expected. But when you're building items like treads, drums, Aquila, you should be fighting pretty early on or pressuring lanes more than just your lane. Like, you got the tier 1 tower, you could have moved bottom or top. I would have preferred bottom just to give the Broodmother the feeling that she's a little bit more constricted. Move bottom, fight a little bit, you know, try to take that tier 1 tower. If not, just get her out of your jungle. Maybe go in with, like, Lena, sentry it up, observer wards. keep her out of your jungle, do what you can. So fight a little bit earlier on with that, as well as just some general decision making. Like the item choice for the BKB was a little bit iffy. Unfortunately, it didn't really do much for you there. And then that last TP in was very aggressive. So I think maybe just work on your like team awareness. So where your team is and when they can join the fight, when they can't join the fight. If you TP in right at the Rex, can they help you if the whole team jumps on you? And in that case, the whole team didn't jump on you. It was a little bit of you getting unlucky and taking the pure damage from the Necro unit and just the Necrophos killing you. But I mean, if the whole team turned around and jumped on you, that you would have died nonetheless anyways. So unfortunately, yourself and the team kind of let the Broodmother get out of hand. She got a lot done bot lane. As a Razor, you can deal with that with the Plasma Field pretty well, in all honesty, and you probably could have done a little bit more to help bot lane, but it is hard. I understand Broodmother's like a huge pub stomp hero if people aren't dealing with her. That Slardar was like 0-14, so realistically that game was like a 4v5. Since your team did fairly well on their own individual roles, but a good game nevertheless. Thanks for sending it in. Hopefully I didn't talk your ear off. I would say you did pretty good at farming for 1.7k. Maybe just work on using your jungle a little bit more. You didn't really shut down the Brood, unfortunately. Your itemization was a little bit off, but for 1.7k, like you're a lot better than I expected. So just like keep playing. The things like CSing, itemization, like the things I mentioned, will just like you'll build on as you get better at the game. You'll recognize what items are good and when. So you will get better at that stuff. But it was a good game anyway. So thanks for sending it in. Hopefully it helped you out a little bit. I've got another like 10 of these to get through, so I'm kind of speeding through them. Hopefully nobody's annoyed, but I wanted to do like as many as I could and then move into a couple every week or something. But anyways, thanks for sending the replay in. Again, it was Kiyomi was about a 1.7k Razor, so a few things that could have been worked on there, but all in all it was all right. Just a little bit of a team effort. And thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys are here for the next episode. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out some of my other videos. I have my series From Lane to Lane where I just cast some everyday pubs that you guys send me. I also do some more professional pubs like games from Koikva, Miracle, whoever I can get my hands on from Dodo Buff. I have a learning series as well, so feel free to check that out. There's some more info in the description as well as some videos linked in the annotations at the end here. Thanks a lot.